worthy to be praised, isn't he, today? I remember Mike Viles told me he went to a church one time, a rather large church, and he said they sung it like this: He lives, he lives. He said, I wanted to get up and say, He lives. There's a difference in the way that we express his resurrection. I'm so thankful to be back with you today, and it's a blessing really on Easter. Lord knows I love to preach on Easter. And I preached this sermon at Blowing Springs one time when Gary Smith was pastor. Probably the first sunrise message I ever preached out of the book of Psalms, chapter 30. But I couldn't get it off my mind all week long. And this morning the Lord gave me the text. I thought all week, what am I going to be able to text it? And Brother Preacher, you know what I'm talking about. A lot of times God will give you the message, but as far as giving you a text, and I always love to have something that people can remember. But I watched a grandparent this morning hiding Easter eggs, and the children that were going to be hunting were, one of them was about 3-year-old, I guess, and the other one probably 2. But he was hiding those eggs up in a tree, up in the limbs. And when I saw him doing that in his yard, I thought, well, even if they find them, they can't get them. Somebody's going to have to help them. And so God spoke to my heart there on the porch and said, just say this: can you find joy? Sometimes it's hidden. Sometimes we can't reach it. Sometimes we have to have help in being able to get to it. But I'm telling you today, we need joy. We've got everything. Christian people, let me say this, it should never get to the place to where you lose the joy of your salvation. You ought to always be able to look down inside your soul and find joy. It's good to be saved, isn't it? To know if he were to come today, we've got everything fixed up and going to not have to worry about what the future might hold. But in the book of Psalms, if you would turn there with me just a moment. How many Bibles have we got? Could you thank the Lord for the Word of God? Praise the Lord for His Word. In the book of Psalms, chapter 30, I want to look for just a moment. And I was just going to read one verse, but I'm going to have to read more than that. Beginning with verse 1, I want to just read this. You don't have to stand, but verse 1, I will extol thee, O Lord, or lift thee up, for thou hast lifted me up and hast not made my foes to rejoice over me. O Lord my God, I cried unto thee, and thou hast healed me. O Lord, thou hast brought up my soul from the grave. Thou hast kept me alive, that I should not go down to the pit. Sing unto the Lord, O you saints of his. Give thanks at the remembrance of his holiness, for his anger endureth for a moment. In his favor is life. Weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And in my prosperity I said, I shall never be moved. Lord, by thy favor thou hast made my mountain to stand strong. Thou hast hid thy face, and I was troubled. I cried to thee, O Lord, and unto the Lord I made supplication. What profit is there in my blood when I go down to the pit? Shall the dust praise thee? Shall it declare thy truth? Hear, O Lord, and have mercy upon me. Lord, be thou my helper. Thou hast turned for me my mourning into dancing. Thou hast put off my sackcloth and girded me with gladness, to the end that my glory may sing praise to thee and not be silent. O Lord, my God, I will give thanks unto thee forever. Oh, how I praise him for this passage. I looked at verse 5 for the thought today, for it says that weeping may endure but night, but joy cometh in the morning. Weeping may endure but for a night, but joy comes in the morning. If we're searching for joy, and this passage just points it out so very, very beautiful today, because David began when he was looking for this happiness, and I don't know, some authors say he was maybe afflicted and had sickness, and this may be his prayer, and the answer to his prayer was healing. The Bible does say healing, but sometimes it doesn't have to be just necessarily a sickness. But God reminded me that sometimes the clouds hide the sun for a purpose. They're there, and it doesn't mean the sun stopped shining. It's still there. It's just the fact that if you get on a plane, you find out. The first time I flew, I found out, I thought, boy, oh boy, I didn't know the sun was still out. I mean, I thought whenever the clouds covered it that the sun was gone, but it's still there. And all it is just a moment and just a passage of time. And when I think of this verse, it said that, and it spoke of God's anger. Well, we never like to address the anger of God, but the thrill that I got out of David's looking at his anger was that his anger is not like our anger. We have a vengeance in mind when we have anger, or we have sometimes maybe not even love like we should have if we have anger, but with God it's totally different. It's a loving care, and he loves you. It doesn't matter really what you do. I had a preacher friend, and his son had went astray. And he said, you know what? Even though he's maybe even served prison time, he said, he's still my son. And I love him, and it doesn't matter what people say about him or what they do. I'd still go to bat for him because he's my son. Doesn't matter what he done, because love far exceeds the ill deeds that we do with our life. And so I'm grateful that his mercy, as David is praying and looking for this joy, is extended to him, even though, and I don't know what David, I know he counted when he shouldn't have counted. I know he took lives. I know he did a lot of things that was contrary to God. But did you know God loved him? In fact, the Bible said that he was a man after God's heart. Oh, how he loved him, and how David loved the Lord, and how in response. But it said it was just a moment. Sometimes we get mixed up. I heard the fellow was telling me at the church the other day of a man that went to God, and he asked him, he said, God, how much is 1,000,000 years? And he said, well, it's just a second. A second. He said, well, God, how much is $1,000,000? He said, it's a penny. He said, well, God, would you give me a penny? He said, in a second. And so God's timing is different from our timing, isn't it? God has a way, and sometimes in our lives we want what we want it now. But God's timing, it's just so precious that it's that way. And so he said that it is for a moment, his anger, but that his favor. When I think of God's favor, it's forever. It's life. In fact, Jesus said everlasting life that I can give to you. It's something or another that the world cannot give. And so in looking at these scriptures today, David's prayer life in verse 2 received an answer, for he said that he had cried unto the Lord and that the Lord had healed him. Don't you think that was a joy? I can't help but every time I get around joy, I think of it in Luke chapter 15, when the lamb was lost, and the man went out on the mountain and got it, and had left a 99, but went out there and got one, and boy, you talking about being overjoyed, but it was just because it was lost. The woman that swept her house, she had to lose that coin before she could really have joy. I mean, it was lost. It was out of sight. It was out of circulation. Everything that useful about her, that coin was out. But when she found it, the Bible said she called people, and she said, hey, come and rejoice with me. I found that the prodigal's father, when he saw him coming, wasn't he overjoyed? Maybe not the elder brother, but the father was overjoyed because of the fact that something was lost, but it was found. And so he puts a picture in our mind of weeping before joy. And when I go there, I'm thinking of Exodus and when the children of Israel for 430 years. And the Bible doesn't say this, but we're allowed, if we want to look into the scene. And I can almost see sometimes at nighttime the parents talking about the children having to work so hard. Because did you see them making him carry all those bricks? And their hearts are broken because they can't do nothing about it. They're in slavery. They're under bondage. They have no choice in the matter, so they serve with rigor. And the Bible says even when Moses came to deliver, it was just increased. And for 430 years to the day, they had to serve with rigor. They had to slavery, and they wept. I imagine there was a lot of night times in their life. But the Bible said in the book of Exodus, it said that there was a night to be remembered, a night to be observed. And on this night, he said, what I want you to do is get the blood of a lamb, apply it to the doorpost, and when the death angel comes by, when he sees that blood, what he's going to do is he's going to pass over. But don't ever forget this night. Don't ever forget this time when the death angel came through. And I can imagine the weeping that was going on in that land. But oh, can't you see the parents of those Israelites when they looked in the room of their firstborn? He's still alive because the blood has been applied to the door. I can see it as Jesus came into this world, and when he came, the joy that was proclaimed by the angels at his birth, it seemed like for 33 years that joy was extended to so many families in so many different routes and ways and joy. But then came the day, and I can just see him as the Bible teaches that he told his disciples, he said, go up there and prepare the upper room because we're going to go up and have Passover together. We're going to, as my Father has sent me into this world, we're going to go up there and we're going to be able to. And he had talked to him from time to time. John 6:66 is one of the saddest verses in the book of John, for it says this, that many of them turned and went away. Many of his disciples, and walked no more with him. For the Bible said he had said, you will eat my flesh and drink my blood. And they said, that's just too hard for us to understand. But in the upper room that night, the Bible says that they were exceedingly sorrowful. When you look and examine this scene around the table, Jesus has just told the disciples that one of them would betray him. Sometimes in your life, let me say this, when you do a heart search, and every one of them started saying, is it I? Around the table, is it I? Is it I? Is it I? He said to John. John always in his writings, did you notice how he don't never lift himself high? He just says, the one that the Lord loved. The one that loved the Lord. The one that just leaned on his breast. And he told John, he didn't tell the other ones, but he said, the one now I dip with the sop with in hand two, that's the one. And he did so with Judas, and I can see that night in the garden. There's weeping, and the weeping is coming from not the disciples because really they're asleep. But the weeping is coming from one that went a little further and bowed down. I can just see him bowed at that altar and him saying to God, God, if it be in your will that this cup may pass from me, allow this cup to pass. But the joy come when he said this, and in your own life it'll work. Father, not my will, but thy will be done. When we reach that state in our lives, the weeping that we have done, the Bible said it was as great drops of blood. His tears as he wept, his sweat, and as he cried to his father. But I can see Pilate as he began to search him and look at him, and after he's been escorted into the courtroom and people that are standing around, Peter back warming himself by the fire, those others and them looking at him and saying, your speech sounds like you're one of them. And he's saying, no, I'm not really one of them. But when Jesus looked at him, the Bible said that Peter wept. You're talking about somebody that was sorry for not standing up for Christ. Let me say in your life, your joy, unless you take a stand for Jesus, day after day, you won't know the true joy of being able to say, I'm one of His. I belong to Him. He's mine. He's my Savior. And we're as one. And I love Him. He loves me. And we're as one. But I'm telling you, Peter wept bitterly, the Bible said. And as they cried, crucify Him, and Pilate said, I find no fault. And his dear wife saying, don't you have anything to do with this just man? He's just. And Pilate saying, well, I'll wash my hands of it and I won't worry about it. And, but I can see there joy in that room, in the judgment room, because Jesus held His peace. Now, He could have, if He'd wanted to, He could have just uttered, Father, send me some angels. Need to have been 10,000 in there. You're talking about wiping that place out. If He'd have wanted to, He could have. He had mega power. The Bible said He had great power. All power was given to Him. How much is that, preacher? I don't know. It's all, A-L-L. All power was given to Him. And so He could have done what He wanted to do. But He chose to not say anything. Why was that? Because of you. Because of me. He realized, Father, in order to do your will, there's a time that I'm going to have to allow the flesh and allow the things of this world. They may come against and they may look like that it's all suffering and it's sadness and it's weeping. But I'll declare to you, because of Him not saying anything, taking up that cross, you say, well, preacher, where could the joy be found in Him falling beneath the load? There was a fellow said, hey, as they had him to help carry the cross, I imagine it was a joy to be able to help him carry that cross. It ought to be for you and I today, the joy of knowing that we helped to bear the cross. He said, take up your cross and follow me. I want you to do that in your life. And then to go to Calvary. What could be joy on Calvary? The mother standing, and the Bible said Mary and Mary Magdalene, some of them over there standing watching. John's over here, and he tells Mom, you take care of John. John, take care of Mom. And I can just see them as they wept. If this was your son, you wouldn't have stood over there without weeping for a little while. Even though you knew that a sword would pierce your heart, it had all been told you early on, even before birth, that this day would come. When this day finally comes, to be able, and I've often wondered, I've had the privilege of being on both sides of the table at parole hearings and stuff for folks in the church. And I remember one time a farmer in particular that he was willing to sell his whole farm because his son had got drunk and killed a fellow in a bar. And I went down to the prison, and I thought with him, it was one of the most faithful older gentlemen in the church. And I thought as he shared with me that he'd give everything he had just to have his boy just a few more days and a few more times in his life. I thought, Lord, I've never sat on this side of the table before, because it's always been, really, it seems that the party that's not guilty is the one you want to be on that side, don't you? You're always on the side where somebody's not guilty. But I'll never forget David, whenever that day they began to talk about his parole and that he might have an opportunity. One of the things that I said is David has learned a lesson by what he's done. Although that don't dismiss guilt. But did you know weeping is for a lesson in your life? And sickness and problems and things that we encounter should be used for a lesson in our life, that we might be free, that we might be able to have the joy of freedom that we are able to have. But I thought really and truly how that at the cross, where they were weeping, there was a thief that had ultimate joy because all of his hope had been gone. He didn't have no hope. As far as this world or the beyond, he had no hope. But that day at the cross, there was one that had joy that if someday you'll get to run into him maybe and he'll express to you in heaven. If we're able to do that, I don't know if we'll do that or not. But I thought, boy, he would have said, you know what? All of my hope was gone, but that day on Calvary, you're talking about a joy. Whenever he said, this day shalt thou be with me in paradise. My brother, one time on a job, I remember sharing that with someone, and they said, that's a question. I couldn't wait to run to the truck and get my Bible and see if there was a question mark after that. He put a doubt in my mind, but it's not a question, it's a statement. When you look at it, there's no question mark. He said, you will be with me in paradise today. And when he said that, there was great joy at the cross. And then from the cross to the tomb. Can you imagine sharing your grave with someone else? I've got a couple, and boy, you'd have to know them to appreciate this, and some of you may have, and I don't mean to offend anyone, but they bought their tombstones with their mother-in-law and father-in-law on one side, and they're going to be on the other side. They bought their grave plots, and that saved money. He said, all we do, we write on both sides, our death date and our birth date and all of this. And I thought, that's pretty cool. That's a good idea on something like that. It saved quite a bit of money. All four of them just being buried right together. But I thought really and truly of this man that said, you know what, my tomb, it's never been used, it's hewn out, it's fresh, it's new. And the joy of being able to take the body and wrap it of Jesus Christ who was dead, and wrap it and put him into that tomb and roll that stone at the door. But the Bible said in the book of Matthew chapter 28, and I love this verse, at the end of the Sabbath. The Sabbath has been observed for many, many years. The Sabbath has come, even they couldn't go out and collect manna. You remember that? He said, you get enough on the day before so you can eat on Sunday or on Saturday at the Sabbath. But I can just see them as the Sabbath has ended, and very early in the morning, the Bible said that they took spices and they were walking toward the graveyard and walking toward the tomb, and they were discussing between them, and they said, now, how are we going to get that stone rolled back? How are we going to be able to have that moved so that we can go into our Lord? And I can just see him, even though he's told them he's going to resurrect the third and appointed morning, there's doubt in the Bible declares that when they went in there, they were crying. These disciples were gathered for fear of the Jews, and they were weeping, and they felt like they'd lost out. But the Bible said when they got to the graveyard that the tombstone was rolled away. And that they looked, and there was an angel there, and this is the daytime that joy comes in the morning. It said that his countenance was as lightning, and his raiment was white as snow. Can you imagine the gloom of darkness being overshadowed? And the Bible said that really when Jesus was here, he said, I am the light of the world. And the light shines in the darkness, and the darkness don't comprehend it not. And so it may have been dark and gloomy, but I'll guarantee you when Jesus resurrected from that tomb that morning, that there was a light that shined. It may have been dark on the cross from the 6th to the 9th hour. It may have been a darkness over that land that they couldn't forget. And it may have been dark at the tomb all night long that night. But that morning. And I can just see them as the angel begins to give them. He said, why are you seeking the living among the dead? Where are you hunting for your joy? Is it a better bank account? I'll guarantee you that'll change. Is it a new car? I'd get a new car and I wanted to sleep in it that night. I don't know if you all are that way or not. I mean, when I got something new, and it wouldn't be long till you'd bung that thing into something. I broke the mirror on one of my cars the other day. And I thought, you know what? It don't take long. These old material things that you have, they get bunged up and they're not new anymore. And really, you don't care as much about them anymore. They have a way of falling off to the side. You can get all kind of things. But if you're looking for joy in things, you're looking in the wrong place. He said he's not here. The joy that they told the shepherds, if you will, he's in a manger. And it's great joy which shall be to all people. For unto you this day is born the Savior, which is Christ the Lord. This shall be a sign to you. You shall find the babe wrapped in swaddling clothes, lying in a manger. And suddenly there was with the angels a multitude of the heavenly host, praising God and glorifying His name. Brother, I heard you say hallelujah a while ago, and I thought, God, that's wonderful, because that's in every language it's common. Isn't it wonderful? We can say hallelujah, and the world can say hallelujah, and they know who we're talking to and giving praise to. He's so very, very worthy. But Mary Magdalene, other Mary, the Bible says that he told them, he said, come and see and go and tell. I like both of those statements because there's joy in them. When you come and you find it's a joy like you never felt in anything else. When you find the joy in Jesus. When the children of Israel come out of bondage and they started, their journey to the promised land. The Bible said Pharaoh and his army come in after them in the sea after that the water had been parted. But he told Moses, he said, just turn around and put your rod out over there and put your hand out. The water will come back. When it did, Pharaoh and all of his army were drowned in the sea. Their bodies were floating up to the bank. And this is what happened. The Bible said the children of Israel sang a song. Sometimes one of my favorite songs is 120 in the old red book. I heard an old story. How the Savior came from glory. How He gave His life on Calvary to save a wretch like me. And I'm so glad that I found Him, He found me, and we found each other. Isn't it wonderful that there's victory in Jesus? In fact, Paul put it this way, thanks be unto God that giveth us the victory over the top of death, hell, and the grave. David said, Lord, the dust can't praise you. God, I don't see how you get any praise out of my grave. Lord, I just want to praise you while I'm here. I want to thank you for your mercy. I want to thank you, Father, that you've turned my mourning into dancing. You've turned my mourning into joy. You've turned my mourning into happiness. How is it? Because there's life beyond the grave. There's hope beyond the veil of tears that we live in. There's joy. If I go today, I'm telling you, you can say, He knowed where He's going. I may not know when I'm going, but I know where I'm going. I don't know what it is going to look like. I wish Paul had told us, but he just said it's far better than what this place is. He didn't tell us what he saw. He didn't tell us what he heard. He just said it's far better, and that's good enough for me. And when I look at that, in the book of Revelation, chapter 22, he said this, and there shall be no more night. And there shall be no more weeping. You know why? Lord, what a morning. Lord, what a morning when His children meet Him face to face. You're talking about being satisfied. As Carol, I'll be satisfied when I get in His likeness. Carol Jesse's dressed just alike today. But when I get to where I look just like Jesus, you're talking about being satisfied. David said, I'll be satisfied when I dwell in His presence, when I see Him as He is. Come get a song, if you would, sister. And the Lord pricked my heart this morning. I've got a little altar. I don't know how many of you still got your altar. If you ain't, shame on you. You ought to have an altar somewhere. My nephew sold a house, and when the people come in, they were Church of God, and the dear lady come into the room, the bedroom, and when she got over next to the closet where Keith's wife, Regina, prays, she said, "Oh, my goodness. Oh, my goodness." You say, "Preacher, I don't see how in the world there could be any power in a little old closet." But she said, "Is that where you prayed? Is that where you prayed?" She said, "Yes, that's where I prayed." I want to tell you today, when I bowed at the altar, he pricked my heart that there may be somebody here today that does not know him. If you don't, you ain't going to find joy till you find him.